Chris.
All right, Victor, we'll talk to you again in a few minutes. Thank you.
Indeed.
Pro-Palestinian demonstrators staged a sit-in outside the U.S. Consulate in downtown Toronto today. They're continuing to call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and an arms embargo from the Canadian government to Israel. The sit-in comes just days after another protest was accused of being in front of and scaling Toronto's Mount Sinai Hospital. Tyler Cheese has more from today's rally.
Stop arming genocide!
Protesters gathered for a sit-in at University Avenue and Armory Street this morning.
We're here standing in front of the U.S. Consulate demanding an arms embargo as both Canada and the United States are complicit in this genocide.
Yesterday, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau released a joint statement with his counterparts in Australia and New Zealand calling for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. But for some, that call has come too late.
The Canadian government has taken a very long time to call for a ceasefire, and now we are at 30,000 Palestinians that have been killed in this genocide.
The protesters say the embargo banning Canadian manufacturers from supplying materials to Israel would show that the government is acting in good faith.
It's time for his actions to match his words.
In the meantime, the protesters also addressed video that emerged on Monday of a protester climbing Mount Sinai Hospital waving a Palestinian flag. Gur Sabar was also at that rally.
There was no explicit protest targeted at Mount Sinai. That was the only targets of that protest were the Israeli consulate and the U.S. consulate.
He says that protesters who climbed the hospital also climbed other buildings and structures along University Avenue.
The fact that everybody portrayed it as some type of anti-Semitic incident is the definition of insanity. It's literally what we call weaponizing anti-Semitism.
Leaders of a number of Toronto hospitals signed a letter denouncing the demonstration. And politicians, including the Prime Minister and Toronto Mayor Olivia Chow, also condemned the actions of protesters. But today, Chow told CBC's Metro Morning she's not entirely sure what happened.
I wasn't there. I haven't seen a police report on that event. Right now, there seems to be different interpretation.
She says it's ultimately up to police to monitor these situations and encourages protesters to gather in public spaces like Nathan Phillips Square away from healthcare facilities. Tyler Cheese, CBC News, Toronto.